has has done a big change from the economical frame shower door to heavy glass. Heavy glass is a really fast growing part, and hence why we're growing so fast. But also, there's a middle category now, which is the economical heavy glass look. Okay, so this is kind of the three trends in the market. The trends are the heavy glass and the basically economical heavy glass look, which we'd call semi-custom. We're focused on, our program is solely focused on the custom heavy glass program, your type 2 program, when we sell, furnish, and install the product. Okay, but there is opportunity for the type 1 installer relationship between Market Field Managers and Glass Doctor owners, but that's to be determined on an individual basis. And that is, your type 1s are your new semi-custom, your kind of new sets and new programs, and then also your other manufactured products. That's a decision that we've left to make by each individual Glass Doctor. Number one, making sure we protect our capacity to the custom heavy glass, because not anybody can do that. And as we get down to the regular older style stuff, we don't see a lot of Glass Doctors getting involved, because that's kind of a commodity where a handyman could do it. But that middle ground, lower semi-custom program is something that, it's going to depend on each Glass Doctor situation. And we will be working through national contacts. We can work to help hook the two parties up, but that will be determined at the local level. What's not is this heavy glass is being driven at the national level, or at the
So would we, and Mike, would we reference then these new sets they got coming out as kind of that economical heavy glass look?
Yes, that's what I'm calling it. They're semi-custom. Okay.
Yep.
The Lowe's semi-custom is the one, and you can say realistically, depending on the size and the capacity of the franchise, it will depend on each franchise, how where they go. But the program we're talking about today that we've introduced is really, it's driven on a national strategy between Lowe's National, Glass Doctor National, and it's focused on heavy glass. These other opportunities are real, and we know there's going to be interest, but we're going we need to leave it to the local relationships that that through our national people, we can work to facilitate that, but we won't be making decisions or setting pricing or doing anything like that. Okay, and
just really hammer home, all we do is the custom heavy hours.
Yeah, all we do with this new program we've introduced is that. And the other stuff doesn't mean it's out of the question, but that's a local thing decided, between the local players. And you can say that, we anticipate, in our anticipation is we think there will be some interest in the semi-custom, because that's, there's higher labor. It's a little bit more technical. But when you get to the manufactured frame stuff, that's a commodity to a handyman. And we just, we're the custom people. We don't really compete in that arena or care to. But the semi-custom program and the custom heavy glass is what we do. The semi-custom will definitely have some people interested in that. Okay. Then we go, and I'll take away the animation here. Okay. But because I don't do it elsewhere, but let's talk about the menu pricing quota. Well, Glass Doctors, menu pricing to us, which is the, basically going in the home and pricing in the home off a retail priced quoter, is a proven system that has provided Glass Doctor and Lowe's with a competitive advantage over the competition. It's a more professional presentation to the customer, which provides them a better customer experience through immediate pricing. It increases closing rates. It increases margins. And it reduces administration and lead time. So let's talk about some of the tools we have. Okay, we're in the process of providing you each what we call our shower design guide. Okay, it's a professional presentation. It's 36 pages. It's provided by the Glass Doctor shop, and it's easy for the PSI to review with the customer. And the training is to be provided by the Glass Doctor shop. So, the Glass Doctor shop will work closely with you. We can do it at a corporate level, but, when with questions, they'll work closely with you to make sure you're comfortable quoting it. Why Lowe's, and then I'm just going through what's in this, by the way, okay, is first page is, why Lowe's and Glass Doctor. Lowe's is people trust Lowe's. They know they're going to guarantee satisfaction. They've got background check contractors, and they provide financing. So, on the Glass Doctor front, we deliver professional in-home experience, and we have shower door experts on this custom stuff that take an in-home consultation approach with the customer, not a high-pressure sales. But we're good at what we do out in the marketplace in our frontline service. So you can. That's my talking points. You can just make it up, Ed. You can go as deep or as not as deep as you want. Okay. Okay. So, also in the book, what we do is we highlight the choices. We show you your hardware. It's nice, got nice colored pictures for your hardware, finish options, your hinge options. So, basically to really show people, what they're looking at, what products will be, and the quality of the products that will be on their, on their finished product, on their shower doors. Some of the things about ours versus the semi-custom is just, the 1/4-inch glass versus the 3/8. It's heavy. They'll notice it. The hinges, everything's heavier. Everything's heavier than, what you'd see on a standard retail shower door, non-custom. Okay? We show in here, you can talk to your customers about upgraded glass options. Standard is 3H clear, but you can upgrade from that. And we show different patterns. There's low iron glass, which is clear. You can get really into very custom, pricey stuff. Venetian cast glass, laser cut, etch glass. We have all of these capabilities. We don't anticipate to see many sales in this, but what your customer needs to know is you have the capability, and we have the capability to provide it if that's what they're interested in.
What we've been telling the PSIs when we're going through these pages, as far as the different options and stuff, is for them to be able to go ahead and dream the dream. They just won't find the pricing for the dream in their book.
Right. No, it is now.
Okay.
Okay.
So if they want to go with, like if they wanted to go with one of those patterns, we got pricing on those pattern pieces?
Yep. I'll show you. That's new now. We've expanded, right? And, what you find is that obviously customers think that's what they want. Then they realize that, it's not, it's fairly expensive. But, we want to make sure they know we have that capability and, to do this kind of stuff. And we'll leave it up to the customer to decide if it's worth it or not to them.
I see it now. Yeah, I do see that.
Okay. So, then I'm going down the pages kind of in the order, because when you start out, let's review what's in there, right? We talk about glass coatings and its feature and benefits. Okay, guys, what's a glass coating? What's it do for you? And that's where you can explain that. Okay.
Yep.
We have approximate retail price ranges, in the book, but also we've given you these laminated sheets. We've given each store, right? That helps you, and this is used heavier, moreover, on the legacy program because, we want to pre-qualify people before they spend $35. But what we've got, also in here is you've got, when people start talking, what's it going to run? We give you approximate price ranges for the basically 4 configuration of drawers. Now, these are wide ranges, and why? Because there's a lot of variables, as you can see, that are going to drive the different prices. The glass, additional fabrication, is the walls in square? Do they want more hinge cutouts? Does it require different hardware choices? And the coatings. Those are kind of the main things. But again, you got an idea and you're able to provide an idea. So if you're working with the customer, everybody is doing this with open eyes on kind of what to expect and what does custom mean. Mm-hmm. What are the custom price points? Okay. What we're showing you here is we leave an in-home retail estimate. Okay, and that's that we leave it with the customer on the legacy side, or you're going to fill out. You're going to use this book to fill out this form, Mr. PSI. Okay, and this is how you're going to price it. So, to the left is what the form looks like. We'll go down when I show you the example. When I show you how to do this, all the categories in the form and how to use it. And over at the right is the certificate of completion that we'll be using. And frankly, we're just finishing up getting approval. But what's it includes? It includes disclosure about working with tile that it can crack, about there being it's not watertight. There will be there will anticipate up to an 1/8 inch gap. We'd like to disclose that to our customers up front. We have a post installation. We want to make sure it's complete. That we acknowledge that everything's been cleaned up, that we've cleaned it. We walk through with the customer, and then this bottom section is exactly what's on your Lowe's certificate of completion, which is the waiver of lien, the warranty, and the certificate of completion that we know the customer needs to sign off to satisfy Lowe's that the customer is satisfied. Okay. Does that make sense?
No, I like that because now you've combined those two forms, so that's great.
Right. Now, just between you and I don't have approval on this, but I'll ask forgiveness. I'm sending it to Kevin, and it's the same language, so I'm hoping it's not going to be a problem. Okay.
Right. It gives a better customer experience if they're just signing one piece of paper as opposed to two. So.
Right, and and it allows us to do the other things. I mean, we're making sure that it's important that you and your customer and we're having discussion about we want them to realize we're dealing with tile. Tile can be brittle, and that this won't be a watertight door. Okay. And then the other thing we want you to know is, we're going to make sure you're satisfied. Your specialist will work with you after installation, make sure everything's clean, clean up all those tools, look, give you an opportunity to look at the project, and then we'll have you sign off on it. So I'm going to come back to this, but this is also in your book. In your book is the program process and contacts. Okay.
Right.
I think I'm going to come back later and just kick into the process kind of more on a finite level, right? Just walk them through it. But the key here is, it's in this book, so you always have a reference point without them going online, is the process and the instructions on how to use the quoter, okay? And what you're going to see in the book is, what I want you to do is cruise past this, and I'm going to come back and lay out, basically each one of these with a bigger slide.
Sure.
Okay. Then we go what's in the book. Okay. Your configuration / table of contents is your quarter page 1, and that's what shows you on the left. And then, and this is where you can say there's 4 different configurations, although I'm going to go down to it. In your configurations, number 1, there's swing door, just the door. There are swing doors with an inline panel. Okay. There's swing doors with inline panel and a return. Looks like what you see up top there. And then there's what we call a neo angle, which is swing door with neo angle, 2 larger panels. And then there's bath screen. Those are basically your 5 configurations, common configurations in shower doors. Okay. And you'll have pages. In your quoter, you've got pages that show you, and what's the difference with some of these pages, whether it has a header or not. You can talk a little bit about the quoter, but we'll work through it, right? But what's included? That does it have a header? Does it not have a header? A header is you can see the header. It's across the top there. That's you can just talk about that as much as you want to. Okay. Okay, so now we go. Then after you get through the different configuration quarter pages, this is where you'll see your glass upgrade and options pricing page. And if they want to add a bath towel or upgrade the handle, it's where they can do so. Okay, so that's it. Now it's a 10-step process. You select the configuration. You select the glass size based on total width and height. Okay, of the whole, and this is where you'll explain, of all the panels. You add a glass upgrade if they want to go with it. I mean, it comes with standard 3/8 clear. You select additional fabrication items if you know. Again, it's not a big deal for PSI because we're going to expect the contractor to put the walls in square and so forth. Okay, and since they're working pretty much with the standard configurations, I can't think of a lot of fabrication items they would do, right?
Correct.
And this is where because basically because we're building custom on the PSI side, this there's not a lot here. Things I guess the buttress is the only thing that would really come into play there, right?
Exactly. That's what we found.
Or the half wall, which is the same as a buttress, right? That would be one of the examples, but otherwise for a PSI, now if you go out and we do our legacy, there's more opportunities like walls being out of square and so forth. Okay, but then we select the hardware based on the door width, the proper hardware section. Then you have the opportunity to add a handle or towel bar upgrade if desired. We address that. I got to go back and add 7. We add clear choice as step 7. Again, this is not going to be automated. Okay. I may only automate the section I go through the quoter, but add mileage if custom more than 25 miles from the store, and add other custom work if desired. Okay, we have the capability of doing mirrors, tabletops. This is one where you'll have to work with your glass shop, right, to determine. But we can add this stuff. Okay, add tax if required, although in most markets, pricing includes tax. Right now, only North Carolina does tax get added after the fact. So this quoter is including tax in every market other than the stores in North Carolina.
So we don't have tax, and we're just going to go ahead and add that tax in ourselves, right?
Yeah, they're going to add it. Lowe's has to add tax. Yeah, and then you add tax also, right? But you've been doing that anyway. But Lowe's adds they want us before tax, and they have to charge tax on their end. Got it?
Yes. Yeah, Ed had to step out on a phone call, but we're still here.
Okay. So now I'm going to walk through each one of the 10 steps. Okay. We select the configuration. Again, that's quarter page 1 in your book. Now let's say, for example, one of the most common shower doors is a swing door with an inline and a return panel. Okay. So we would look. That would take us to page 9. Okay, it's got wall mount, hinges, 3/8 clear glass, and channel. No header. I mean, Ed can explain this, but takes us to. We go to page 9 in the quarter. Again, I'm going to take away the automation. So how would we do that? So step 1 is you determine. Now let's go to page 9. Now we've gone to page 9. Okay, and at the step 1 on page 9 is select the glass size. Okay, this configuration already includes 2 hinge cutouts, 2 holes, and all the sides polished. Okay, so when we start here, again, everything's included in this price. So what do we want to do? The first thing is let's say we have a 76 by 80 configuration. We would go price the glass. And we would write the glass on the form. We'd put the size, it's 3/8 clear glass, and we would put in the price, $18.96. Then step 3 is we'd add, if the customer wants a glass upgrade, we would add the upgrade. Let's say he does. Well, we know it's a 76 by 80, so it's 42 square feet. Okay. We would come in, and this is where I haven't finished. Now, let's say he wants the Green Rain glass. What I will end up doing is I'll go put in, click that rain, and then I will put in 42 times in here. I'll put in 42 times the price, which is $17 a square foot, and do an add here. Okay. Ed, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay. So I'm going to take away these automations, but you know, I've laid out, these are the 10 steps. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, here's your quarter page 1, which we showed you in the book already. Let's go say we're going to do a swing, one of our most common swing door with inline panel return. And you can explain that. That takes us to page 9. So we go to page 9, and now we're going to start working through that quarter page. Step 1. You know, this highlights what's included. Again, these won't be automated. Let's say it's 76 by 80. So I go in and now I use my form. I think we want to get them to use the forms, don't we, Ed?
We do.
Okay.
Yes.
As long as they're leaving us the size they did and everything. But a 76, 3/8 clear glass, 76 by 80 is $18.96. Okay.
Yep.
And then we're going to say, okay, let's assume they want a glass. If they don't want a glass upgrade, you just keep going. But if they do want a glass upgrade, you go and you get the square footage. You determine which one they want. In this case, we're saying they want Green Rain, and then I'll go down and I'll add that, and I'll put over by rain. I'll click it and I'll say 42 times 17, and I'll put the price in. The fabrication, I'm gonna same thing. I got to go finish this, Ed. That's what I'm working on. Okay. So I'll go through step 4. If I go to this one, I'll show you what we're coming from. Basically, I'm just Lowe's to your pricing. I'm going down this. Okay. And now I'm going to take away, you know, let's say there's an extra hole. I don't know why there would be, or a notched panel, right?
Right.
But if there was, you know, I'm not going to, I'm going to take the outer square. Let's say, or should I just not show anything here?
Yeah, I'd almost leave that one alone, and then because we're gonna have time for going around and actually talking to them.
Yeah, so what you can do is go, the next thing would, if you have anything, is again, you're not going to have much of this, right? So I'll leave this one blank when I do it on the Lowe's one, right? Okay.
Right. Yep.
But step 4, it's there, okay? And then we have select the hardware, and seals are going to be included, so I'll change that, right? And this is where I said that select the hardware on, add clear choice if they want it. And down at the bottom, I'm going to fill in the form to the pricing off this sheet. Okay. And I'm going to say, we just priced this door. This is what it looks like. Okay. And I'll use the Lowe's form. That's why I got some work to do here.
Yeah, and just real quick, doesn't it already include the seals?
Yes, we included it. So I'm going to say that here. Right, and I'm so I've got a few different slides to do to kind of make this Lowe's oriented, to go back to match to the Lowe's process, which is a little different. Remember, what I'm doing here is I'm going through not this one. I'm going through these 10 steps. So, you know, I'm not going to, I will outline these 10 steps as I walk down, but I won't, you know, I'm not necessarily like, we're not going to do fabrication as we can explain when that might be a case, right? And we're going to assume there's no mileage right now, but we're going to show them it's there. And again, we're going to blow past mileage and other custom work and tax, okay? But I'll create slides that do call-outs like this. Okay.
Right, so I know with our quoters and the quoters we're looking at tomorrow, though, they don't include sales tax. Is that right?
It's no tax.
Yeah, the one, if you're going in,
He's going to Greensboro and Raleigh.
yeah, if you're in North Carolina, they do not include sales tax.
That's got in Stanley.
So the PSI needs to manually enter in the sales tax, right?
Yeah, he's going to work up, what he's going to do is he's going to work up the quote, right?
Right.
And then when he charges it in their system to the customer, he's going to add sales tax.
But that won't be Lowe's collecting that sales tax. We're collecting that.
No,
sales tax,
Lowe's
right?
is. Lowe's is.
Okay.
You're charging us sales tax, okay? You're charging us sales tax, your sales tax, but Lowe's is collecting it
For the PSI job.
for the PSI job.
So how would they know?
Remember, now you're material and labor, right? North Carolina.
Right.
So Lowe's is charging it like, you know, and then what's going to happen, Ed, you have to charge, you would charge no different than you have been because you've been putting it in there.
Right.
But you're going to do it off your prices, not Lowe's.
Okay. So when we tell them though, when they put it in, it's like if they come up with $2,000 through the quoter, when they put it in their system's going to automatically add the sales tax to it, or do they need to add 7% tax to that $2,000?
You know, actually, that's that, you know, because this is so new, that's a question for Kevin.
Okay.
Okay. So exactly, actually, now that I think about this, you're right. You're not going to charge us sales tax.
Right.
And Lowe's is going to send us, their PO is going to be with no sales tax in North Carolina.
Right.
Right?
So when you made that book, didn't you incorporate the 7.25% in the North Carolina book? Or not?
No, I got no tax in there.
Okay.
Right? So you don't charge tax. We don't charge tax. They send us a resale certificate is what I got to get, right? And they charge they collect and charge the tax, and none of it gets passed on to us, but we don't have to charge the tax.
So then let me ask you this: when I make up my Main Street invoice, is it going to show tax or not?
No.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. No, it's not. Again, in North Carolina, if you go across to South Carolina, it's the old way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up, and then what I think this lays out. Is this clear? Am I confusing you how I walk down if I finish this up?
No, it definitely makes sense.
Okay. And then what I'm going to finish is I'm going to take this, go back to the process, and just explode it out, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to come back to the process and just kind of explode. I'll finish with that, and then I'll finish with a few screenshots of electronic, right? That where we're going is, I'll put in a DSS, like a DSS, Glass Doctor National, kind of center of the wheel, and I'll show that, you know, they're coordinating this. Things are running through them, and where we're going is I'll put the contact information, and where I'll be going is that we're taking you to an electronic portal, but, you know, over time.
Right. Right. All right. And so, do you know, Kelly? You may be able to answer this too, but do you know what keys y'all get in the information? What do they do that gets the information to come to y'all?
What's the question? What's the question again?
Corrigo.
I'm sorry. So, I guess what keys the information coming to y'all, so I can tell them, okay, when you put in this and you do that automatically then sends it to our corporate office.
For the PO.
Or do you know that?
Well, The PO is sent to our email or our fax number,
Gotcha.
and then they go into web forms or Lowe's link, and they send the PO virtually that way, and that's when I go in and I accept it in there.
So I think it might say here, right? This top. So this top, and then see what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this top, and I got a clear version from Kevin, and then I'm going to explain. I'm going to try to explain that on the slide below, right? And then so this will be 3 slides. This will be basically 3 slides. You know, you get it to Glass Doctor by this way, or this way. Okay. Out of this system or that. You see where I'm going? Okay. So I got some work to do, and again, do you want me to call you tonight when I send it? Make sure you got it and understand it, or how do you want me to do this?
Yeah, either way. I'll be checking my emails tonight, so I'll make sure I get it. I don't want to have to hassle you any.
No, this is a priority to finish it. Since I'm halfway in and I can't get you caught halfway in between, I need to finish this up.
Yeah, go ahead and reach out to me, and I'll be ready to. I'll be up all night.
Okay, well, and I'm not going to be that late, but we might be talking like 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Then you'll know what you have, so you don't have to worry about it in the morning.
That's great.
Okay, I probably have 2 more hours, and I probably have 2 more hours, so that's 5 my time. It'll probably come to you between 6 and 7 your time, and then we can chat real quick and just make sure you're clear.
That's great.
Anything I'm missing here?
I think we got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're definitely good on that.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm walking them through what's in the book. Okay. And then we're coming back and we're going to say, now let's go use the quoter, the most important piece of the book. And then I'm going to walk them through, I'm going to focus on the process and the tools for the process.
Yeah, that'll be great. Because I'm trying to keep the presentation itself to about 45 minutes to an hour, but then be able to allow for questions and then answer, and us just to get together and go around and talk to people.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable you can get through this, and I'm pretty comfortable that's what it should be. It shouldn't be longer than that. Okay, I mean, and you can decide. We can tune it after you find. We can you can come back again with the feedback, but I think we'll cover everything. And then when you're holding up the book and saying, "I'm leaving you 2 of these," you've already everybody can see what's in it.
Yeah, no, I think this is much better than the other presentation we had, so this is great.
Okay, I'm scrambling, but I just want to get this done and give us a good shot, and then we'll tune it from there. But that's what I'm focusing on the rest of the day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, and we'll keep you posted on how it goes. But I'll be talking to you tonight.
Okay, very good. Because here's the other thing: we're going to be doing online trainings, right? And that's another thing you can offer if they ever want online trainings from headquarters. Go-to-meeting type training, we'll do it upon request, right? Kelly and Clayton and myself, just like we're going to do next week, we're going to do a big PSI for all the regions webinar per Kelly and Kevin. So this is what we're going to use.
Kelly Martin.
I mean, between Kelly Martin and Kevin. So, that's another thing you can offer. If there's ever any questions, and I'll identify. We want the Glass Doctor and them talking directly when it comes to how to use the quoter and questions and all that. But when it comes to the process and making sure everything's flowing right, that's where they or broader training like webinar type training. Then you want to go to. I'm going to keep calling it Dwyer Service Solutions because that's how they know it in the system. I'll put Dwyer Service Solutions Glass Doctor Corp. Okay.
Awesome.
So it's okay to contact each one. It's just that, we're gonna be overseeing the whole process and all that. We should have updates and stuff, but when it comes to specifics about the customer, specifics about the actual product, what the install and stuff like that, we you go ahead, and that's why we've left this for the shop to write in their 2 contacts.
That's perfect. Well, I like it.
Okay.
Ed, how many do they have participating tomorrow? Did they estimate?
So they're anticipating 15 PSIs, and I imagine they have a few other folks that aren't actual PSIs there.
Okay.
So right now the head count's 15.
Okay, and
I
then
gotta find out what market they're from. So.
well, I can.
So Ed, what we gotta decide. Did you get a chance to calculate up the matrix to see what the investment would be like per person? What we gotta decide is I can get these books down to about, if they're like ours, the heavy ones, I could get them down to about 17 a pop, but we gotta decide whether it's reasonable for franchisees to spend, let's say, each store, if we wanted to leave them 2, right? Is it reasonable for each franchisee to spend, $40, $40 to $45 per store? And or do we just go with what we did, and I'm gonna price if we just make them like what we sent to you?
Right.
How much less is that? What's your gut? Your gut is probably try to keep the cost down right now.
Yeah. Well, all right. So what I've done is I'm getting ready to go pick up 20 copies from Staples that I made that are spiral bound that I'm going to take with me off that presentation. Off what they sent us. So I think personally, I think spending $40 per store is worth it. That's just me personally. Even if they have 15 stores, if they do that, then that is $600. But if they've got 15 stores, they should be getting probably 10 showers a month, I would think, or maybe at least 8 showers a month. So they can pretty much pay for it with that first shower. I just think that they're gonna like the way that you have them tied to ours. The way ours is done.
Right.
I think they're gonna do that better.
How much did it cost you to do each spiral bound?
So it ended up costing me. It was like $23 from Office Depot. That was with a $25 coupon.
23 each.
Yeah, but it's not as. Mine is nice. I couldn't get them to laminate the front and back page for me.
Yeah.
That's what you were
So you're better off buying them through us, right?
Yes, and I will be the first one placing that order.
Okay. So here's because I gotta decide, and I could probably this first go around